Okay, guys, I have a very special and amazing guest standing in front of my camera. He's one of the greatest creative geniuses in action history. I'm talking about the one and only Demetrius Angelo. He is the owner and operator of an Urban Action Showcase. It's a very special, dedicated convention dedicated to heroes of colors, black and brown and other ethnicities. Demetrius, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What's up?
So, how's your day going so far here at the show?
Actually, it's really good. It was really good. We got some, I guess you call it augmented reality experiences going on right now. We're planning our show, our Urban Action Showcase and Expo this November. Right now, it's probably going to be November 4th or 5th, but go to our social media, Urban Action Showcase or urbanactionshowcase.com for the confirmation. But we're back in Times Square after 2 years in the metaverse because of COVID, but we still kept it going in the metaverse. But because of that, we're actually going to be in the metaverse still. So we're going to be in obviously in person, and then we're going to have at least another 3 days in the metaverse.
So, my audience members may not know a little bit about you. I did cover your show, but please tell us the origin of Urban Action Showcase. When did you start brainstorming the idea, and how long did it take for it to come to fruition?
You could say I started brainstorming back in 2009 because we used to, partner and I used to do action films that focused on diversity and breaking stereotypes in the action genre. So from that, I started doing Comic Con. So in '09, I started doing Comic Con. And I was like, you know what? There's got to be a way to merge a film festival with this type of event. So I started brainstorming. At that time, I was working at HBO, and I saw all the festivals that they were doing. And I started back at HBO back in 1999. And I said, you know what? I'm going to create something that merges these two worlds. So in 2013, we finally launched our first event. And the purpose behind it is to make sure that we have heroic images that reflect our interest and our image in the blockbuster action genre, because we need heroes that look like us and reflect every facet of our existence. So we decided, okay, the best way to do that is to be a solution to the problem. So if I'm thinking there's not enough content or heroic content out there with people of color, why don't I create a platform that invites this content and then therefore gives distribution? So we went from distribution on Cinemax to Amazon to our own OTT channels to now where we actually have hundreds of millions of dollars in funding to create projects. So we've in 10 years we've made some progress and trying to make a difference when it comes to content of action or anything that's action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi, supernatural, anything that has a hero that needs a hero. We make sure that we have representation.
So I have another question for you. Since you're about diversity and representation, what are you trying to do for the independent black comic book creators that are out there? Like, for example, Andre Botts, there's Ray Felix. Andre Botts has a wonderful book called Dreadlocks. What else? Then there's Black Power. There's a lot of independent black heroes out there that are being sold in the small market, but a lot of them are not getting the exposure that they need. What do you plan to do for them?
I'm glad you mentioned that. Most of those people were at my first Urban Action Showcase. And I honored the creators, content creators, for these types of IPs. And what we basically do is we have funds, right, in case they want to make those IPs actual live action. So we partner the filmmakers with the comic book creators to create live action and to get funding. So that's what we're doing in that sense. In the publishing sense, we don't have any connections yet on the publishing end, but right now we have it at least where if you want to make it live action, because don't forget all the Marvel, all the DC, all that started as, publications.
I only support the independent heroes, man.
Okay.
You're an independent guy yourself.
I understand, but what I'm saying is, where did all those come from? Where did all those films come from? It came from comics, right? So we have panels, like from script to screen. We have, like I said, we have various workshops that people can network. And that's really what it's about, networking and being able to collaborate. But for now, everything is about film, so we're taking those IPs and helping them create live action content.
I have another question. Do you plan on creating your own combo character in the future?
Not my own personal comic book character, but I've actually produced some comic books over the years, independent, obviously, and help people in that sense.
Because here's the funny thing. You look like my homeboys on combo character. It's a fantasy story, and the lead character, he's your build, but he's a little bit darker complexion, and obviously the gentleman has a beard. And, I figure you can play his character for him if he's up for it. I'm going to send him the video footage, and if he likes you, then he's going to reach out to you, okay?
Okay, I don't know how much of an actor I am, but I'm definitely a SAG after stunt performer. So, if you need somebody to do some action, I could do that. My acting, I'm kind of, stoic kind of dude, so I don't have that much range. So you're probably going to have to get somebody else to do the acting.
I have a very good feeling you're working on that range. I'm pretty confident. I can bet money on it, and I will win. But definitely, I'm going to let him know. Well, Demetrius, thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for being one of the enduring forces within this industry. Are you working on any movies right now for yourself, or right now you just focus on making sure your baby Urban Act Showcase is being promoted?
Right now, I'm not doing any personal projects, but we're definitely working on a great show for this year. We've already got 2 of the 5 Deadly Venoms confirmed. We've got pretty much all the dragons: Cynthia Rothrock, Lady Dragon; Tomac the Last Dragon; Ron Van Cleef the Black Dragon. We've got Don the Dragon Wilson. Some of the old school kung fu artists. We've got Carl Scott. We're working on some other connections, some more superheroes. So we're trying to make it a really, really, really special 10th anniversary.
Will you be able to get Gordon Liu in?
No, unfortunately, Gordon Liu is not well. So it's very difficult to be able to move him from China and to bring, with his health the way it is.
All right. What about Hiroyuki Henry Sanada?
Right now, we're just, because it's international and we're just getting out of COVID, we're just focusing on one thing at a time. And right now, it's just a few of the Venoms from 5 Deadly Venoms, because they're like a staple when it comes to Kung Fu cinema.
Okay, I'm trying not to get too greedy now, I do enjoy your show, because the first time I went to it, it felt like a family reunion. I had a good time. No one got drunk. Everyone was just so peaceful, loving, and cooperative. It was, everyone won that everyone wins when they go to Urban Action Showcase.
I'm glad you say it, because we try to say it's like a family reunion with all the family members that you like, because the atmosphere is definitely all about honor, all about respect, all about love, and all about having a good time and fellowship.
So, guys, remember, anytime Demetrius has his show, Urban Action Showcase, you should be there. It's a must-see event. Must-attend event. You must be there. You must show up, because what you see online is not going to do you any justice. Unfortunately, that's just the truth of it. It's best for you to be there in person. At least then you can say you experienced it firsthand. because you don't want to do the virtual experience all the time. You know, it's like the saying goes, I'd rather eat real fruit and vegetables than fake fruit and vegetables. So make sure you take time on your schedule to be at Urban Action Showcase, November 2nd and 3rd, right?
4th and 5th.
November 4th and 5th, 2022. What's the venue again?
AMC Theaters, Times Square so far.
Amen to that. Well, Demetrius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a beacon of inspiration and hope. Keep kicking ass and taking no prisoners.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. Until next time, bye-bye.